Welcome back to Talladega, Alabama, the Talladega Superspeedway. And Richard Childress is the car owner for Kevin Harvick. And first off, Richard, what was Kevin's side of the story?
Well, he said, just as he got ready to bump, draft bump the 66, he said the 14 hit him in the back a lot harder than he thought. 66 went to, move a little, and he said he just turned him. He hated it.
Now, Todd Bodine was not the only person who was a little upset about this incident. During Kevin Harvick's pit stop, let's go ahead and roll the pit stop tape. As Kevin is already in the car, here comes Larry Carter in. He's voicing his opinion to Kevin Harvick about what took place, and Larry Carter is Todd Bodine's crew chief as he exits the pit stop, but he did voice his opinion. Guys?
Wow. Looked like he kicked the left front tire changer, too.
Jason Leffler is the leader. Second car back in line. Dave Blaney in the green machine. The BP car is on the tail end of the lead lap. Leffler made his stop under green, but stayed on the lead lap, then did not pit under the caution. Casey Atwood has come from the medical center. Dave Burns is with him.
And he walked out of there. Alan, first of all, Casey, you okay?
Yeah, we're okay.
All right. And what did it look like from your vantage point?
I really couldn't see what started everything. I seen smoke, and then everybody just bunched up, and I got in the back of somebody, and I don't know if somebody got in the back of me or not. We all just bunched up, and when you're three wide and everybody hits the brakes, there's not much room to go anywhere.
Looks like your guys are fixing your car. Do you want to get back out there with half a car?
It won't be very much fun, but you get as many points as you can. We were hoping for a good run. We were running a little bit hot on the water, so we had to run to the back, and then anytime I wanted to, I could really come back to the front. We had a pretty decent car, so we're looking for a good run for Dodge, but it won't be today.
All right, thanks, Casey. Elliott Sadler also walked from the infield care center. He is okay as well.
Well, it didn't take Dale Earnhardt Jr. long to retake the lead in the Bud car. Mark Martin, the 6, is following, and there the 18 of Bobby Labonte and Michael Waltrip.
That Jeff Purvis has dropped out of the race with a rear end failure. We heard Richard Childress talk about Ron Hornaday getting into the back of Kevin Harvick and pushing him into Todd Bodine. Let's go take another look at the replay.
Here we are riding with the 14 car. I don't see it that way.
Didn't look like it.
He may have got into the back of him after he made contact with the 66, unless we, back that up a little bit, but not what it looked like.
Either way, Todd Bodine is out of the race. Casey Atwood and Elliott Sadler are also in the garage with damaged cars.
Let's go to the blimp. Well, I think we can get a better shot. There we see
He was already in the back of the 66.
I don't see any contact there between the 14 and the 29.
We had lots of cameras to cover it, though.
Bobby Labonte took a run at Dale Earnhardt Jr. for the lead. Jr. fended him off. Here he comes again.
With Sterling Marlin, that 40 car. Normally on these racetracks, a very, very fast race car right behind Bobby Labonte.
Rusty Wallace up in there. Remember, this is a backup car. He was involved in the big crash in final practice. Mark Martin, Jeff Burton, Michael Waltrip, Ward Burton, Bobby Hamilton Jr., all mixing it up at the front.
And last lap, over 188 mile per hour average, side by side.
All right, U.S. Army Skycam shows us the Talladega Superspeedway, an army of one. There are 212 ways to be a soldier. Find out more at GoArmy.com. Dave Burns.
Alan, Ron Hornaday was part of the discussion around this last incident, so we'll just ask him. Ron, did you have any contact with Kevin Harvick or anybody else with that incident?
Well, all the way up till the crash, yeah. I bumped Kevin up to the front, and the 66 jumped in front of us. And I don't know if Kevin just wanted to give him a little tap to get us going, because it seemed to work when I was pushing Kevin. And it just got him at the wrong time. The 66 was coming down, and the other car came up. He went to turn right, and Kevin hit up the wrong time. And I don't know if it's just the way the Ford was the back end or whatever. He lifted him up. But no, our problem is rookie here overshot the pits and put it in reverse, and I jumped off the clutch real hard and snapped something in the transmission. So got to thank all these guys, Conseco Pontiac. These guys really put a good car together, and They didn't qualify all that well, but we know what we got to do next time we come back to these super speedways.
You brought a Chevy this time. You're going to bring a Chevy back next time?
I'm sorry, I didn't hear you.
You brought a Chevy, Ron. You're going to bring a Chevy next time, or you're going to go back to the Pontiac?
Well, last time I called that JJ's call, but the way she's looking and really sucking up there, I'm real happy with what this thing did today.
All right, he had a good run going. They'll try to get him back out there when they repair that transmission, guys.
Hornaday, Todd Bodine, Elliott Sadler, Casey Atwood, Jeff Purvis, and Jimmy Spencer. The cars that are off the racetrack. Spencer out after just 18 laps with an engine failure. What a hornet's nest this is up front.
That's Kenny Wallace, that one car. There's another car we haven't heard too much of today. And there he is. Kenny Wallace right now is running fourth. Last time by the start-finish line, he was 10th. So he made a move on somebody.
3 Dale Earnhardt Incorporated cars in those first 3 rows. Dale Jr., Kenny Wallace, and Michael Waltrip, all in the top 6 spots. Their program on these super speedways this year has been impressive, Marty.
Well, Alan, that is exactly the truth. Their cars are impressive, and perhaps their engines are even more impressive. And after Daytona, they actually were not happy with the engine performance. What would happen is when someone got behind their cars, they would turn too many RPMs. They would force the car to run too fast. So what they did is they worked 3 guys, 6 days a week, full-time, non-stop since Daytona, in making these engines even better. Today, these engines can turn 7,600 RPM. I cannot express to you what a monumental leap in restricted plate engine program racing that is, and these are by far the most durable and the biggest engines in the business today, because they can turn so many RPMs and live for so long.
Close call in the tri-oval. Jeff Burton.
He was underneath that yellow line, but he did not improve his position. If he had gone ahead and made that pass, then he would have been black flagged. But he saw that he was wrong. He backed up and fell back to the position he was in beforehand.
Troubles for Ward Burton. He's slowing down. He had been up in this lead group just a minute ago. Your favorite, with the exception of those few we talked about a minute ago that are in the garage area. They're all right there in the big pack. Cars out of the 43 starters are on the lead lap. Dale Jarrett, Tony Stewart continue to be the last 2 on the lead lap, using that ride out in the back strategy. Bill, what's going on with Ward Burton?
They don't know. He hasn't said a word about it, just pulled out a line, dropped to the back. So until we hear from Ward, we'll just assume that he wanted to watch the race for a while instead of be part of it.
All right, he's back in 28th place. Again, out of 30 that are on the lead lap.
My guess is he saw something he didn't like and said, the safest place is back at the end of this line. That's where I'm going.
See Bill Elliott's back there with him. Terry Labonte, Kyle Petty. And there is the gap up to the head of the line.
Problem is, that's not nearly far enough to the back. You're going to miss the wreck.
Matt Kenseth, Jeff Gordon. This is 8th place. About to complete the 300-mile mark of this EA Sports 500 on NBC. The 2 2/3 mile Talladega Superspeedway in Central Alabama, home of NASCAR on NBC. Today it's the EA Sports 500 presented by Dodge. You look down on this massive track from the Budweiser.com airship. Brought to you by Budweiser, the official beer of NASCAR. Enjoy, race fans. The 160,000 here today have been treated to a thrilling race as we look at our Napa Field summary. 11 different drivers have changed the lead 16 times. Only the 1 caution flag. The lap 96 incident when Kevin Harvick bumped Todd Bodine and Todd crashed, taking Casey Atwood and Elliott Sadler with him. That's been the only slowdown in the event so far, leading to a very brisk average speed of better than 171 miles an hour.